Hi everyone, welcome to this expert division specific playthrough, general wind conditions for the Tranquil Gardens 18-hole cup here on the channel. Please hit thumbs up, make sure you subscribed as well. Helps me out on YouTube a lot, and both of those things are free to do so. All 18 holes here, general wind directions. Obviously you will need to tweak according to the wind directions you face in the tournament, as well as your club's balls and play style, but these are all taken with expert wind strength and a variety of golf balls as well. So a couple in there that might be some more aggressive options for you to look into. Timestamps in the video description down below. Bear in mind, some of these shots are from old tournaments, so the attribute levels are the old ones. So what was a Kingmaker being a power 3 is now power 6 and so on. If you are playing an expert, hopefully you will make it to the final round. If so, check out the channel. There will be a score booster video with tournament wins to help you out. Good luck, here we go. Tough par 3 here and quite a nasty wind angle. We're going to play an NMT shot here, so don't touch your target until it's time to adjust. We are adding spin first, 1.3 back spin, 2.1 left spin. Now I know those spins are weird, but using NMT it simplifies the aim, and there's no real references otherwise to aim here on this cliff hole. So that's why I'm using the weird spin amounts. Adjust 1 to 1, so whatever the wind is, those are your number of rings. So 8.2 in wind, we adjust 8.2 in rings. And we go just before circle drop over power just to counteract the headwind here. This is a very tough hole, especially in this wind angle, but you're going to have a very good chance here with this setup. Bouncing comfortably, second bounce on the fringe, and we drop, just glancing the pin for the holding mop. I'm using a luminary here, but you can only use a luminary if you have low wind, kind of 7.5 and lower, because otherwise you may not make it onto the island. So if you do not get low wind with a luminary, go to a Ryder Cup Europe or USA ball, power 5, wind 4. Start at top of plus 27 yards. A little bit of the red ring in the rough here with APOC 7. APOC 5 or 6 will be half of the red ring in the rough. 5.8 top spin and 2 right spin, so it is fine with a APOC 5 plus. Then we adjust max plus 10, and we want one more ring of overpower than we adjust into. Obviously lower wind is going to be a little bit less overpower than this, and half wall curl to the right. Do try and get a perfect ball away. Minor great right will be fine, great left you may be in trouble, but we want to clip the rough and roll out to before the fringe, which we do very nicely here, around 360 yards. And now you see this is from a different opponent here, but this is where I did use the wind 4 ball to test that. Play Endbringer School here. It's going to be around 65% slider, but it will vary depending on your drive, so always measure yourself. Make sure the ball guide is going through the hole. This is because we have headwind, and look around there, you could see a couple of dead bounces. So if you do find that anywhere near your landing position, just put a tick of side spin on and try and get round the glitch area. So be prepared for that. There are dead spots on the green. Standard Endbringer School, 20% power 5 settings. And perfect ball here is going to drop very, very nicely right at the pin. Going with the Thor ball here. And with APOC 7, max rest with the power 5 ball. Blue ring touching the rough. This will be okay with APOC 6 plus. Then we're going max top spin plus 2 top spin boost and half a bar of left spin. Once you've added your spins, the ball guide will be pointing at the pin. Then we're going to adjust max plus 5, power 5 settings. Then overpower as needed depending on wind. Anything above 13, no overpower. Between 12 and 13, 5 clicks of OP, so the ball's going to be touching the bottom teeth. And then 11 to 12 miles an hour in wind, I would go with half a ring of overpower. Perfect ball away, great left and minor great right obviously should be fine here. And we get a nice roll onto the green for an easy putt for our albatross. If you do stop just short of the green, I've been dropping Endbringer here. Endbringer School, no spin, plus 20% power 5. Starting with the par 4 here, we're going to play with APOC, and then we're going to use the Thorn with a Kingmaker ball. APOC 5 and 6, red ring touching the rough on the right, at the top of plus 6 yards. Then we add spin, 5.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. If you've got APOC 4, you will have 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough on the right, and you will be at the top of plus 12 yards. APOC 7, you will have 80% of the blue ring overlapping the rough. Adjust max plus 10 power 3 settings, and then we're going to go with a ball and a half of curl to the right, and just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. Hitting the ball perfect here, and we're going to bounce comfortably between the rough and the sand there, not risking either, and rolling out to a drive distance there down the slope of approximately 370 yards. Second shot with the thorn, blue ring pin check, so get the pin in the middle of the blue ring on top of the bullseye obviously, so above the bullseye, blue ring pin check, and then we set up with the bullseye in the middle of the fringe, and then add backspin only to get the ball guide just to the front of the cup. You'll see I'm just adding a little bit more backspin there and deciding to go with a small gap between the ball guide and the front edge of the cup, so maybe half a cup short in the end is what I do here, but use backspin only. For a +2 blue ring pin check, we're going to play this one 60% on the slider, 10% elevation, and we pull over the bullseye. So make sure you have that ball guide stopping a little bit short, because there is some tailwind here which is going to give us an extra push to the hole. It's 2% per yard, so if your blue ring pin check was +3, you'd play 62% slider instead, bouncing exactly where we aim and hitting the pin and falling for a lovely eagle on this par 4. On this par 3, we're going to set up using the blue ring on our sniper, and it's going to be touching the bunker on the left and also the beginning of the fringe where it meets the fairway up on the top. So have the blue ring touching the points there, both points at the same time. We're going to add a 5.6 backspin and 1.2 left spin. Weird spin amounts, but they are working in this wind angle. You can see there with the spin added. The ball guide is offset approximately 2.5 green squares left of the hole because the wind is coming in from left to right. Once we have set up the shot here, we're going to adjust mid-distance 20% elevation. Mid +20, don't worry about adjusting into the bunker, it's not going to affect the shot. For me there, that is 9.2 rings. If you've got sniper 9, you are going to use sniper 10 numbers. Centering the ball and hitting perfect and subject to any wind angle tweaks that you will of course need to build in during tournament play, you're going to have a good chance for a hole in one. Bouncing very comfortably, the spin grabs, and we're dropping it right at the pin. Very tough wind angle here, so we start with the quarterback in NMT position. So no movement target with the quarterback and a power 3 ball. Then we add 5 top spin and 1 left spin. Then we switch to our Apocalypse and Cataclysm or Big Dog bag. Max +0 is the adjustment here, max +0. So make sure you load the hole with the quarterback level 9 or 10 and your Kingmaker ball so that you don't have to do any extra club swapping or have the wrong position with your NMT. So it's NMT, QB, power 3 ball, max +0. If you go into any overpower with APOC 4, you will need to add that on to the shot, but otherwise the base amount of overpower here, you can see there, is going to be circle drop overpower. So circle drop overpower plus with APOC 4 anything that you adjust into additionally, but this is going to be a very safe layup. We don't want to risk anything else. We want to approach the top left corner of the fairway. Drive distance is going to be around 325 yards. Second shot with the Cataclysm, we are going to add spin first, and here I'm going with half a bar of top spin and 3 bars side spin to the left. Setting up with the bullseye comfortably on the fairway, you can see with my club level I've got the red ring touching the bunker and the rough at the same time, but obviously if you've got different club levels you will have different ring references due to different accuracies. This is primarily about getting it onto the green, but if you want to tweak the curl for a better look at the albatross, then by all means do so. Not using any slider here, with a consistent drive distance you're always going to be playing this one max +10. And then here as a base overpower, again I'm going with circle drop overpower, and then I'm adding inner wall curl to the left. Tweak if needed. If you have a really short drive you might want to add a bit more overpower on. Obviously you don't want to catch the rough with your first bounce. A little bit more curl there, maybe a bit more top spin. you might be lucky with the albatross, but if not, a very safe eagle in a tough wind angle. For a top spin boost ball, I'm using the season 30 ball. It's power 3. Starting with quarterback 9 plus, blue ring touching the rough on the left at max power 3. Then we switch to apoc and thorn bag, max top spin, 1 bar of top spin boost and 2 bars side spin to the left. Recommended with apoc 6 plus. Then we're going to adjust max plus 0 power 3. Max plus 0 power 3. And because we're only using 2 left spins, we don't want to compromise the top spin boost. I'm going to go with outer wall curl to the left. Perfect ball away here, and this will take us very nicely down the fairway to around 365 yards. Bounces very comfortably, and then we just get a nice roll here. Around 365, going to be absolutely fine. Thorn, second shot coming up, and I would suggest to play from the min line if you can. If not, if you're a little shorter, push up to get the landing position on the green rather than the fringe, and then use backspin to get the ball guide 1 cup through the hole. Here, with setting up on the minimum distance line, I play min distance 0 elevation power 3, pulling over the bullseye. Obviously, if you are pushing up slightly to get your landing spot or to avoid glitches, then you would play rings from min, 1% per ring from min. Still with 0 elevation, power 3 numbers, pulling over the bullseye. As I said, watch out for glitch spots on this green. Apply a little bit of spin or adapt your landing position if you need to circumvent any dead spots. But perfect ball here, got a very, very good chance, and we drop it for a beautiful eagle. Good chance here. There's a little funnel on the green. We're going to try and find it with our grizzly. We're going with 2 bars of backspin and 0.9 bars of right spin here with the Kingmaker. This is a no move target shot, so when the shot loads, that is where our aim is going to be. So we just add spin according to wind angle, and then of course adjust and take our shot. So spin as shown. Obviously you will need wind angle tweaks in tournament play, so take a token or 2 here. Adjustment here is mid-distance with 20% elevation, power 6 numbers, and you will use grizzly 9 numbers regardless of your club level. Nice little channel on the green here, if you can find it, centering the ball, hitting perfect there, and we're going to bounce over the bunker. Take care when adjusting though, you can't zoom in much here, but we're dropping this one nicely for the hole-in-one. Now going with the Berserker, and top spin is going to vary depending on wind strength. So anything above 11 miles per hour, I'll be going 0.4 or 0.5 top spin. But if you have lower wind in the 9s, then I'd go near a 1 bar of top spin. 1 bar right spin, stretching out and aiming between the 2 bunkers. Apoc 5 plus here. Then we're going to adjust max plus 10. I pulled 10 rings first because that's easier, and then I just push the rest because the trees are in the way. So max plus 10 power 5, full overpower, slow needle. Could be an apoc 4 here as well. You would obviously need to push up 7 yards after adjusting. Perfect ball, and this comes in nicely, and if we got the top spin correct, you'll get a nice roll out between 401 and 410 yards. Second shot, we're going to do a white ring pin check with the thorn. So middle of the white ring over the pin. In the video here, that was plus 5. Then we're going to go with 2 back spin, 2 bars side spin to the left. And then we set up here, and you'll see I will zoom in. Ball guide just short of the cup and 1 green square to the left. Important to get that offset correct. For plus 5 yards, going to go 58% slider, 25% elevation. Pulling, of course, over the bullseye, which you will need to do anyway. But in low winds, if you do have an adjustment that is less than 5 rings, make sure you pull over the bullseye. Perfect ball here, and we've dialed this one in nicely, and we're going to drop this one beautifully for an albatross. So a great opportunity there on hole 9. Here we're going to set up with the blue ring touching the rough with our sniper, and before spin the ball guide going through the hole. Once I've found that position, it is time to add spin, and we are going here with a 1.2 back spin and 1 bar side spin to the left. Kingmaker is recommended to keep the wind kind of around or below 8 miles per hour, but you can see 8.3 is dropping nicely, so even in a high wind it wouldn't risk or jeopardize the shot. You just might need to put in an additional tweak. Mid plus 15, power 2 settings, and regardless of your club level, I would like you to use sniper 10 numbers. Centering the ball, hitting perfect. This is middle wind angle as well, so you can tweak from there. Nicely on the fairway, second bounce on the green, catching that nice little root, falling directly at the pin for the hole in one. Set up with the QB, at the top of plus 10, ball guide pointing down the middle of the fairway as shown before spin. Then you switch to your APOC bag, going with a Kingmaker. Then we're going to add spin, and it's going to be 5.8 top spin, 1 bar side spin to the left, and then adjust max plus 10. Max plus 10, even though we are not at max distance of our club. This is going to set up a rough bump for the best chance at the eagle from this par 4 from Sakura Hills. So max plus 10. Once we've adjusted, we're going to take our shot. It's going to be a full overpower shot, but it's a slower needle. No curl. Nice chance of hitting perfect though with a slower needle speed. Perfect ball we shoot, and this one bounces nicely down the fairway. Drive distance here, you want to be in pin check range with the sniper, going to be around 360 yards. So making our pin check plus 4 here with sniper 10 will be plus 6 with sniper 9. Then we're going to add spin. It's going to be approximately 1.8 top spin and 1 right spin. Then the position is going to be the yellow ring touching the bunker, and you'll see where I'm aiming the ball guide here. It takes me a while just to find the right position here. This is a bit of a touchy shot, so I would recommend a token or two to increase your chances. Put a wind angle tweak or two in if you can. You'll see here I'm just 1 click to the left of centering the ball guide through the pin. We'll see how this comes in. Plus 4 for the pin check, going 30% slider, minus 20% elevation. Make sure you've got negative elevation, not plus. Otherwise, you're going to have a very undesirable outcome. So 30% slider, minus 20% elevation, using sniper 10 numbers. Nicely centered ball here. Perfect ball is going to catch the rough very nicely. And the topspin takes us in here for our eagle. Crosswind on this par 5, so I'm going to suggest play no movement target. So have a power 3 ball and your driver pre-selected before you start the hole. 6 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right, so don't move the target until you adjust your rings. Then we are going to go with max plus 10 for our adjustment. If you have APOC 5 plus, don't need any overpower. If you're playing with a driver with less power, I would apply a little bit of overpower just to compensate for the lack of distance you will have. But for APOC 5 plus, no need to worry about that. Here I go with outer wall curl to the right. However, I would suggest go with a little bit more than that, probably getting on for half a ball to the right, just to make the angle a little bit better for the second shot. The replay coming up for the second shot is based on a drive with a little bit more right curl, but you've still got a decent chance anyway, and we do have an albatross here. So level crosswind pretty much for the second shot. You can either play rings from min, which I'm counting up here, and I am here 13 rings up from min, or you can do a distance check as well. So I do both here, just to give you an idea. Pin check of plus 1, but also rings from min. Going to work perfectly well depending what method and how much distance you get on your drive. 2.5 backspin. And then in the end, I do decide on 2.5 side spin to the left. But just set up with your spins added, as I do here with the ball guide going just through the hole. 34% slider is what I'm going with here. That is rings from min, minus 5% elevation. So 34% minus 5 in the video here. And we just about get the shot away on time. Perfect ball. Bounces in the rough very, very nicely, and tracks towards the hole and drops right at pin for an albatross. Thank you for watching and good luck. Keep the wind below 8 miles an hour. Wind 4 is nice here if you can. Before spin, set up with the bullseye over the first little bit of rough. before you get that proper bounce on the fairway with the ball guide through the hole. Then I'm going to add my spin to get the ball guide going through the hole, and you'll see there the tip of it 3 squares beyond. So pause the video if needed, have a look at the position there. It's very important to get all these details correct. The adjustment is mid plus 15 power 3 settings. Mid plus 15 power 3, and then a crucial final step. You need to pull up or push up 2 rings in line with the tee. So zoom in, get that absolutely plumb in line, 2 ring push up, otherwise you're going to hit the rough too low, or you may well most likely go into the bunker. Perfect ball away catches the rough beautifully, and this tracks for a hole in 1. Here's the landing position, APOC 5 plus, stretch out and have the bullseye aiming at the middle of that small fairway pad. We're going aggressive, but we're going cheap with a Titan. 2.5 backspin, 1.5 side spin to the right. Once you've found your position, let the target fall back to max rest. And then we adjust max plus 10 power 3. Be careful on the adjust here, the bushes will be in the way, so you may need to zoom out, but adjust as accurately as possible. Been testing this shot in all of the wind strengths with the Titan, and it works beautifully every time. No need to push up because we want a really slow needle with max overpower, no curl. Perfect ball away will bounce beautifully on this little pad. There we go. And then the backspin will grab and will leave us a very nice makeable wedge for the eagle. We'll talk you through that one now as well. Going to be Endbringer School, but we're going to be playing 15% elevation here rather than 20. So 15% Endbringer School, power 3. And as usual, we check our slider distance and then go with the no spin method. Ball guide to the pin. Make our adjustment. So APOC 5 plus is going to be absolutely fine on this one, and usually the wedges here are going to be around 60 to 65, maybe 70% on the slider, but obviously always measure yourself. Perfect ball, and we're dropping this very nicely with an eagle with our Titan. Goliath rough bump, power 1 plus, wind 5, and we need 2 bars of side spin here. Looking at the ring placement, yellow ring touching the sand with the Goliath level 9 just into plus 3 yards. Then we're going 2.8 top spin and 2 bars side spin to the right. If you're using Goliath 7 or 8, you'll have 5% of the yellow ring into the bunker due to different accuracy. Then we are going to adjust with a small 1201 pull, max plus 20 power 1 settings, and we adjust over the bullseye. Gives us a nice clear edge of the ring to adjust to, and once we've done that, we take our shot, hitting perfect, and this will bounce beautifully into the rough and then roll very nicely into the pin. Great left may be trouble here, but great right should still be safe. With a berserker here on this par 5 and the extra mile level 9, max top spin, 1 bar side spin to the right, and at P5 max rest, we're having the ball guide pointing down the middle of the fairway there between the 2 points of rough. You can align it with the bunker up ahead, but I've just been looking at the tip of the ball guide just in the middle of where those 2 bulges of rough come in from the left and right. Extra mile 9, obviously if you've got APOC 7 or 8, match the top spin and set up at the top of plus 27 instead. Max plus 10 is the adjustment. No push-up required, but we are going to go full overpower, but the needle is nice and slow, and I'm going here with outer wall curl to the right. So even though we're using extra mile level 9, not the best accurate club in the world, but you've got a minor great left and a minor great right at least. Untested with anything else though, but a very nice slow needle as well. So a decent chance of hitting perfect, approaching the shadow there with a drive distance of approximately 450 yards. Second shot, you need the Guardian. Level 9 is good, but level 8 or 7 would work at a push. We're going to add plenty of backspin here, and that is 8 bars of backspin, 2 bars of right spin, second bounce on the fringe there, and I'm looking with Guardian level 9 to have the red ring touching the rough on the right at P5 max rest. You might need to stretch out or tweak the spin. This really is just to get to green safely, but if you want to tweak this one, we didn't come really very far away from the pin at all, so it is by all means definitely tweakable. Max plus 5 is the adjustment, power 5 settings, and here I'm going with 0.8 ball curl to the right, no overpower, just hit perfect. Like I said, if you want to tweak it, you can do, bouncing where we aim. Just a little bit short though, but we've got a very, very safe eagle on this long par 5. Going to use the rock here, and we're adding spin first, and we're going to go with a bar and a half of top spin and 3 right spin, and then we're setting up with the ball guide pointing to that little curve in the fairway to the right of the tree that is nestled in the bunker up ahead. So pause the video, get a reference. You're going to be at P3 max rest with the rock level 8 and the top of plus 15 yards if you've got the rock level 9. Adjust maximum distance, 10% elevation, and then we're going to take our shot. No overpower, but we are using outer wall curl to the right, hitting perfect, and this is a very safe drive down the fairway. Just going to fly over the corner of rough there and roll out towards the rough here, but not risking it. Drive distance around 350 yards. Now there's no reference on the second shot unfortunately, but I find the max line with the thorn, so you can kind of tweak from there if needed. But the drop I have here obviously is working for me. Max backspin is the setup here. We're going for the max backspin shot, and we're having the ball guide, as you can see there, going to the right side of the cup level with the pin, bouncing on the fringe with the top of the inner green ring touching the fringe green line. Now for my drive here, I'm playing this one 70% slider, 25% elevation. Obviously there's no good reference check unfortunately here, which is a shame, but it is a reference drop for you to work from, and you can pull your club up to the max line and compare to my video should you need to make any tweaks. But that's falling nicely there for an eagle. Using a luminary, I'm going to start with the quarterback, a white ring touching the rough on the left at the top of plus 15. Then we're going to switch to APOC and Guardian. 6.5 top spin, 1 left spin. So APOC 6 plus with this one. APOC 5 is going to struggle, and you will need max overpower to have any chance of getting over on the second shot. So really only recommended with APOC 6 plus because the top spin will help. 6.5 top spin, 1 left spin, adjust max plus 10 once we've done our club switch. And then we're going to go max overpower. It will be a nice steady needle. So easy to hit perfect on this one. No curl. And we're looking here for a drive distance of around 360 yards. Anything over that is a real bonus. Sometimes you're going to get this little extra roll that we do here, but sometimes it may just stay to around 358, 360, but you're still going to be fine for the second shot. I'm going with the Guardian here, and I'm going to play here with 7 backspin, 2 left spin, add spins, and then we want to make sure that the first bounce is nicely over the rough, and the second bounce here you'll need to set up with the second bounce about 1 more square on the green. So I would set up about a ring further on from this. Then we are going to adjust max plus 10 power 5, and then look if we adjust into overpower. If we do adjust into overpower, then I would apply 1 ring more than you adjust into. Also, if the adjustment takes you off the edge of the cliff, add some overpower on to compensate, because you will lose distance. Better to go with slightly more overpower than slightly not enough, just to make sure you are going to bounce very nicely. Backspin will grab, and we're just left with an easy putt to secure the eagle on this one. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.